I'm Chris from MyMMAnews.com, being joined by Tim the Dirty Bird Means, and he is facing Mike Perry at UFC 255. He's filling in for Robbie Lawler, who was originally supposed to be fighting Mike Perry, and I'm being joined by my man now, Tim the Dirty Bird Means. Tim, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. Just hanging out, checking out my new COVID test they just sent me to get prepared for that whole traveling deal. So,
yeah,
all in all,
can you actually show us that? That would be pretty cool to see on camera, that little test kit.
Yeah, we got a little bag. Got the whole deal inside. We can't open up yet.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole stop. Don't open anything. Wait till you have your appointment and go from there.
Yeah. So what's your take on all this, man? I mean, 2020 has been crazy for everybody. It's had its up and downs for people. People have been finding the silver linings and everything. But what's it been like for you? What's your personal journey this year?
Man, I think we have a virus like other things we've had in the past. I think people are worried about COVID deaths, which they're making COVID deaths super important, which, I don't know how many thousands of people died of the flu last year, but their deaths didn't seem quite as important. And I think a death is a death, and they should all be worried about one way or another. Cancer's led our state in deaths every year, and we're not even hearing diabetes and cancers and things of this nature. So I think it's something we have to take serious, but at the same time, living in fear and being scared around every corner we go, that's not going to work for me. I don't live like that, but I do my best to respect people's feelings. I'm wearing masks when I go in a store because it's not my place. It's not my business. It's not my establishment. I'm respect people's opinions and their rules with that stuff. But it's something that, man, I can get in my car and die in a car wreck tomorrow going to work. So yeah. I'm not going to be scared of this issue. At the same time, I'm not running to grab a vaccine and shove it in my arm either without a bunch of trials and science doing their work, So yeah. They got drive-through deals coming up over here for flu shots and stuff. And man, here in New Mexico, we canceled drive-through liquor windows, So the only thing you're getting at a drive-through window here is fast food. Fast food ain't good. So kind of crazy. We canceled Halloween for all the kids, but you can drive up to a drive-through and get fast food handed to you. Same type of thing. You're still getting a treat. You might be paying for it, but it's still a form of trick-or-treating, So yeah. The safety protocol's been all over the place, but at the same time, we're still learning about it. So got to listen to science and listen to the experts on it. But the safety protocol's been all over the place for me.
Well, again, it's affected everybody differently. But if real quick before we get into the fight, has there been any silver lining for you that maybe you've gotten to spend some time in training a certain aspect that maybe you didn't really have time to invest in before, or spending family time, just anything really that might have made it a little bit better, a little bit more peace of mind?
We got to spend a lot more time at home with the kids. So and they're not going to go to school. So the things I tell my kids is the whole victim society we're in. We have seniors losing their graduation and stuff like that. Man, it's life. Things get taken away in a drop of a hat. And if you're not prepared for those things in life, then you're going to have a rude awakening when life punches you in the face. So my kids are having to do all their online classes, and it's like a full-time job. They're doing 6-7 hours worth of work online. But if anything, it's just preparing them to be tough, and it's showing them that, hey, don't take things for granted, because things can be taken away in the blink of an eye. And the whole victim protocol deal, wherever we're like, poor seniors and poor this and poor that. I don't feel that's getting them ready for college. It's not going to get them ready for life. We got to pull back on those reins of making everybody a victim and just say, hey, we got to deal with it. If you can't handle it, you should probably reach out and find a therapist and find a counselor or find a friend, and let's get some of these problems off our chest and talk about them. But man, life is all about hitting you with curveballs and hitting you in the face with a boot. So if you're not prepared for those things, you're going to have a rude awakening when you go into real life.
Man, I almost want to just take an excerpt from that, cut that, and turn it into its own little promotional, what to do during COVID advice, from Tim the Dirty Bird. That was some solid advice, and I couldn't agree more, man, because too many people are letting it take over their life. And again, life's hard for everybody. We're going to have to get through it. And the faster you learn that, the faster you'll be better off. So again, moving forward, man. So you got this fight with Mike Perry. I want to know, obviously, it was coming after Robbie Lawler got injured. Other than that, how did it come to fruition from your end? You get the call. What happened?
When we first started seeing the fight was canceled on their end, the rumors that got brought up was it was Mike Perry going through some domestic violence things or something. I didn't really see it. And then a couple days later, it was like, no, in fact, it's Mike Perry that's looking for an opponent. I was on board right away, man. I always fight around Thanksgiving and Christmas, and the fact that we can fight before Thanksgiving and not have to cut weight on Thanksgiving, that's outstanding for me. So, Mike Perry's earned himself a name in the UFC. He's fought a lot of tough guys. He goes out and he's not a guy you have to go and chase down doing a lot of footwork and running away from you. He's a guy that gets in your face and comes after you. So we were excited for this fight to pop up. There was a couple other names on the chopping block that kind of got brought up a little earlier in November, and then they shut that down and shot the Mike Perry fight back, and it was a yes right away.
So am I getting this correct by saying you said you thought Mike Perry was looking for the opponent, so you thought you were stepping in to fight Robbie Lawler? Either one you were ready to face. Is that what I'm getting at?
Yeah, when we first started hearing words that the fight was still on the card, but there was a fighter being pulled, first rumors popped up, it was Mike Perry that was being pulled out. So it's a great fight. It's a cool fight. And it's real high on the main card. In the middle of it, or third fights in the end or something. So happy to get names, happy to get in fun fights. So, I'm happy to fight before Thanksgiving so I can come home and eat pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie is it, man. I wanted to ask, but you kind of already answered. I was wondering, given there was both two tough names that were going at it, and you are taking this on short notice, was there any hesitation? Because both of them are dangerous. It is what it is, and both of them had their camps. But without any hesitation, it was signed on the dotted lines. You're ready to go. Or were you in camp previously?
Yeah. They told me to get ready for November,
right?
A month and a half or 2 months ago or something like that. So when Shelby says that, I'm just getting ready. So if anyone's followed any of my fights have been taken on 10 days notice and 8 days notice, 2 weeks. And that's just been the fight deadline. So always in the gym. It's little harder now because we have to hand pick the fighters we have in there, the trainers we have in. Guys are having to take COVID tests, and we're having to work around all the safety protocol stuff and make sure everybody's healthy and everybody gets to go home and not take this crazy issue back home. But it's been an outstanding thing, man. A lot of great guys to work with, a lot of good stuff. Everyone's families are healthy, and hell, man, we can't complain on that stuff,
Yeah, man. Given your response with the COVID thing and just dealing with it, pushing forward, life doesn't like victims, and you just move forward and deal with it. I was going to ask what your thoughts were with Mike Perry's out of the cage drama, his girlfriend being in his corner, him trying to auction off, which I know got shut down by Dana White, but auction off who's going to be in his corner. What's your thoughts about that and fighting somebody like that?
I remember being a young dummy and doing a bunch of dumb things. It wasn't on this type of level where I was always in the media and things like that. I've calmed myself down quite a bit from my younger days. I don't really look into what Mike Perry's got going on. I don't look into the drama and the drinking or the partying or whatever. That's his lifestyle. Those are the things he likes to do. Outside of that, he's got some fans that keep sending me memes on social media. They're pretty dickish. But if I got anything to say to Mike Perry and his friends are jerks. So I'm going to do my best to lay out Perry, and hopefully I can get his friends to come scoop him up. Perry's a guy that's, like I said, he's going to get in my face. He's going to come after me. He's not going to be a guy that I have to find to fight. So he sent me a thing on Instagram the other day with him eating a cheeseburger or something, asking me how the diet's going. So his burger looked delicious. That's all I could really say. But what I respect about Mike Perry and knowing the guy through the scenes and stuff is what you get on camera and what you get when he's not in the cage is the same exact guy. And that originality really.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people try and live up to a character or find their niche per se, and it can be completely changed once the camera is off of them. Mike Perry doesn't seem like that kind of person, which whether you like it or not, you're going to have to respect because he is who he is, no matter whether you like it or not. So, I mean, again, moving forward though, but what do you think about the fight in itself? We haven't talked about just that yet. From first bell to the last, how do you think the fight's going to go?
This will be a violent fight.
Yes,
This is
it will.
guys going to meet in the middle, and someone's going to fall, So violence is everything, and I'm looking to get a new contract, and I have to make a statement out of Mike Perry.
So do you think that you do finish Mike Perry in this bout? Do you think that your expertise, obviously you're going into your 23rd bout, if I'm not mistaken, in the UFC, the experience is clearly there. Do you think that's going to play a factor?
I think I'm a more technical fighter, and I think I don't let my emotions get the better of me. And in the majority of my fights, I have messed up. And earlier in this year, I had a couple good family members killed in a car wreck like weeks before.
Sorry to hear that.
I let the emotions get the better of me fighting Daniel Rodriguez early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
I fought mad and just didn't really fight composed and just mature with it. It just probably something I should have pulled out of. And again, showing the community that adversity will knock you down. And if you stay down, that's really the only way we lose. So looking back at that fight, I'm still glad I did it, even though I didn't get a win. It kept my head on my shoulders, and I was able to stay sane and just get back to the drawing board and let a lot of those frustrations and emotions kind of ride off my shoulders. In this fight, I think I'm a lot more composed than Mike Perry is. He'll get mad, start beating himself up, which I absolutely feel if you have a fighter in a fight hitting himself, you should get points for that, and just is what it is. So if there's any judges listening, I get points if Mike Perry hits himself. So just let them know.
I mean, that is a thing. People have scored on themselves in other sports, right? So, I mean, why not? If somebody's going to punch themselves.
Right. So it should count, but yeah.
Right. So, another thing I wanted to ask, like and going off of what you just said with your fight with Daniel, what positive do you take out of that? Again, it was such a nasty situation that you endured a lot through, obviously personally and in the cage, but obviously where mistakes happen, there is the opportunity to learn from. So what can you take that moving forward?
Well, I was able to move forward in the Larinano Staropoli fight. I think that's how you say his name.
Right. Yeah.
After, so I was able, he threw a lot of crazy spinning stuff, hit me with a couple good kicks or whatever, but I kept my composure and I stayed calm, and I showed my coaches and myself that I wasn't able to carry that vendetta and those emotions into that fight. And I was able to move on from it. So from that guy's stand-up and that guy's striking, super fast, super technical, lots of spinning attacks. Him and Perry aren't even on the same level when it comes to striking. So I've seen Perry bragging about his purple belt or blue belt or whatever he has. Let's see that. Bring that on over here. We'll just see how good that is when he's saying he's the best around and stuff. So I think I love the fact on how confident he is in himself. But I want to chop that tree down.
I can't wait to see this fight, man. So I want your prediction. You said it's going to be violent, but I want to know how you think this bout goes. Decision, do you want to stop him? I know you want to stop him, but do you think it's going to happen?
I always want to stop, and I do my best not to force it because things happen. If we think of had Nico Price knocked out 3 times and I ran into a damn right hook, that was my fault. Sorry, I have to apologize to my ankle and my leg for getting things broken in half. But this will just be something when I get a guy hurt, we're just going to take time, just piece him up slowly but surely, let him wear out. He's a guy that's not going to show a lot of damage early, but as long as I can piece him up and just keep accurate and pick my shots wisely, this could be a second round finish.
And given that he is an emotional fighter, do you kind of bank on him fighting with emotions in this fight?
He's bringing all kinds of problems to the cage. So he's got all kinds of shit going on. So I'm hoping to fight an angry, pissed off Mike Perry. And I hope he brings a damn cheeseburger to share at weigh-ins after sending me a damn video the other day. Share the wealth, Perry. But I hope he shows up mad and upset, and let's just get a win.
Awesome, man. Well, look, man, Tim, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I do want to leave the floor to you to let people know how they can keep up with Tim, the Dirty Bird Means, social media, how they can catch you on social media, obviously, where they can catch this fight. It's going to be UFC 255, and also any shout outs for your training partners, your coaches, managers, anything. Floor's yours, brother. Yeah,
social media is Twitter and Facebook, Instagram. I don't know all the hashtag names on that damn thing, but they're on there. Find the Dirty Bird, he's in there somewhere. All my coaches and teammates and family that deals with the weight cuts and the problems and all that good stuff. My wife just showed up, so hopefully she got some food with her. Yeah. Not seeing nothing, but it's probably there. She's got a plan. But, I just thank all my people and all my loved ones that, this is going to be my 44th professional fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a hell of a time, man. And I'd like to get that 20th finish. I got 19 of them. I'd like to get that 20th one. And to each and everybody out there that's struggling with everything with COVID and stuff, don't lay down, because the sun goes down, it always comes up. And just be happy with yourselves. Be proud of what we got going on. Shout out to New Mexico and all my people. I love everybody. Let's make it happen. Let's get into a fun fight with Perry and not like him November 21st.
There he goes. Tim the Dirty Bird Means. He's taking on Mike Perry at UFC 255. It's going down at UFC Apex in Las Vegas. For Tim the Dirty Bird Means, I'm Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked, as always, to mymmanews.com for all your fight news needs.